Inflation peaked to 8.1% for the month of June. How it is going to impact our cash flow? The major components impacting inflation, it is gasoline, travel, accommodation, and we can see there's a light on the other side of the tunnel because in the month of July we might see the prices coming down. If you have all those questions, we are going to discuss all these answers in today's video. And further, the most important point, how inflation, interest rate and housing market are related. If you talk about 1976, what you could have buy for $100, for the same thing you have to pay around $550. On the average, inflation is 3.7%. But as of now, it's hitting a peak of 8.1%, which is the highest even in our lifetime itself. It is the highest since 1983. So you must have heard all those news everywhere. But what is a good news? Let's talk about that. But before we discuss the good news, don't forget to press the subscribe button and share this video with your friends and family. Now the good news is the gasoline prices are already decreasing in the month of July. So what will happen? The new numbers of the inflation, where we saw the gas prices were up more than 50%. It was 54.6% year on year basis. We will see cooling in that price. If you take the gasoline prices out of the inflation, we can see compared to month of May to the June numbers were around 6.5%, which is 0.23% up from the month of May, which was 6.3%. So the major contributors we already discussed. Gas, another major component is the air travel. Yes, the fare prices are up 6.6%. and another component is travel accommodation. A lot of people after COVID love to travel. They are like love the openness. They're traveling to US, Canada, outside the world. So because of that travel accommodation, we can see there is a year-on-year increase of 49, like near to 50% increase. Another component is a food. People love food, irrespective interest rates goes up. We need that basic thing. We need the travel. It's basically, it's part of our lifestyle. Those are the key components which is contributing to inflation part. So as per the economist, we will see some respite for the month of July, and it's going to impact some easing on the inflation. Bank of Canada might increase the interest rate for the month of September to cool off the easings, but we will see the inflation that is the peak of 8.1% as of now. But now let's try to relate this to the real estate market. If you talk about 1976, we pulled the data from the TRREB real estate board. The average price in 1976 for a home was around $61,000, which climbed to around 1.1 million in 2021. Even we saw the peak of January and February this year, where it peaked to around more than 1.3 million. Now we can see there's a cooling in the real estate market just because the interest rates are up and inflation is up. So bank what did, they pushed the interest rates up and it decrease the affordability of the people. But why we are worried so much? There's a key thing to understand is this is a global problem. Even if you talk about US, the Fed, the numbers are 9.1% for the inflation. So it's a global problem. We don't want to go into the deeper Ukraine problem, demand and supply issues, but it's overall people are suffering from them. But what is the solution for that? It's very easy. You need to figure it out. What is the thing you want and what the things you need in your lifestyle. So you need to cross out because the buying power of dollar have decreased. The average incomes are still the same thing. The prices are up because of everything. So you need to be mindful. What are the things you need? Do you really need to travel? Do you really need to spend on anything? That can be avoided because the key thing is cash is the king in today's market. Let's talk about now the real estate market. As we can say, the real estate market have already cooled off. Average price have already hit 1.1%. We can say there's a near about correction of 20%. Sales were already down. So it's impacting the whole thing. But we need to understand if the real estate market prices are impacted, other prices are still up. We can see the pre-con prices are still haven't seen the impact because of inflation, the build cost is still high, but the overall picture is it's going to impact everybody. It is going to impact the jobs, it's going to impact the travel, it's going to impact the food industry. Everything will be impacted because of the high interest rates. So we need to mindful, we need to be very wise with the dollars we are spending in the future. And our prediction is by the end of the year, hopefully the inflation problem is solved or it is at its control, because if you see the historically the inflation number is around 3.7%. No doubt Bank of Canada is talking about 2% targets, but let's hopefully they are able to achieve it. But our prediction is the inflation will cool off and further the interest rate will be normal in the future, and plus it is going to normalize our life, which was impacted by the COVID when everything was negative for the inflation, and now it is already touching 8.1%. Thank you again for watching our wonderful video, and we would love to get your feedback on our videos. And most important thing, don't forget to press the subscribe button and share with your friends and family.